balance everything at this time of year? Well, coming up, we bust the myths of multitasking through the holidays. After the break.
At this time of year, we can be tempted to multitask our way through the holidays, but tackling our to-do list can actually, all at once, can actually be counterproductive. I talked to Dave Crenshaw for how to streamline your holiday duties. Dave, thank you for joining us today for Great Day Washington. I know so many of our viewers like to think they can do it all, especially through the holiday season. How easy is it for us to multitask this time of year?
Well, it's not. And part of the problem is that multitasking doesn't really exist, not the way most people think about it. What you're really doing most of the time is switch tasking. And switch tasking is when you're trying to accomplish multiple active tasks at the same time. So your brain isn't focusing on all of them. You're going here and you're going there and you're going back and forth. And all of those switches cost you three things. Things take longer, you make more mistakes, and your stress levels increase significantly.
Talk about how you kind of budget your time. You talk about a time budget. How do we do that and actually put it into practice every day?
Yeah, well, it starts with the most powerful tool that you have, which is simply the calendar. And you look at the calendar and say, when do I need to focus on work? When are the times that people are going to need me the most? And you block out times for those. And then you also look at when are people going to need you at home, and block out time for that. The problem that we run into is we're trying to do both at the same time, and that is just going to be a recipe for paying lots and lots of switching cost.
I think that's been so hard for so many of us working from home because you don't have that clear, now I'm at work, now I'm at home. It's all kind of running together, trying to get the task done. For people who, though, overestimate, underestimate how long something's going to take them, what do you say for people who have no concept of time?
Yeah, it's easy to do that, especially if you're not in the habit of practicing that estimation. It's like a muscle that you build up. So what I recommend for everyone is that you also build buffer into your day. For instance, for this interview, I had buffer on either side of it. That way, if an appointment goes long or if you get those inevitable interruptions, you're working from home, your kid needs you, you've got that space to breathe. And if the interruption doesn't happen, it's like you got bonus time.
Yes, because nothing's worse than when you're stressed because you're trying to get something done within that time frame. What about your boundaries? How important are those?
Yeah, so you have to establish those boundaries and you need to communicate those boundaries. And with work, that's as simply a conversation that you have with your coworkers to say, this is how long you can expect a response from email. If you're working from home, you've got kids, maybe you use a clock and you say, when the number hits 3, you can talk to mom or dad. Or for little kids, you set the kitchen timer and say, when that goes off, then we can talk.
Yeah. I think these are so valuable, especially now when we're trying to then get holiday parties done and family time in here. Dave, where do we go for more information and more tips?
Yeah, you can get my book, The Myth of Multitasking, at multitaskbook.com.
Thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thank you.
You can also check out davecrenshaw.com for more ideas.